The tide abyss was enveloped in an invisible pressure, as though something ancient and terrifying was slowly awakening in its depths. The wind had fallen silent, the mist refused to disperse, and only a bone-chilling killing intent seeped through the void, saturating every inch of space. Wang Lin felt it clearly from the moment he seized that ancient token. He had stepped onto a path with no return. Behind him stood Greed, a cultivator burdened with countless treasures and boundless murderous intent. Before him lay the bottomless abyss, a place where even heaven and earth were forced to bow. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. The mosquito beast tore through its own kin like a streak of amethyst lightning, letting out a thunderous roar that shook the air. Its body became a purple ray as it charged straight toward Wang Lin. When it reached him, instead of attacking, its enormous mouth gently brushed against Wang Lin's body, almost affectionately, while its eyes brimmed with uncontrollable excitement. At once, the countless mosquito beasts that had been surging toward Wang Lin froze in place. Though ferocity still burned in their gazes, a flicker of hesitation and confusion flashed deep within their eyes. This scene left Greed utterly stunned, his mind momentarily blank. At the same time, Chen Long's eyes lit up with a sharp brilliance. Greed's expression darkened. His hand swiftly formed a seal as he barked coldly. 7 magic needles imprint. A piercing shriek echoed from deep within the swarm. Instantly, the dense mass of mosquito beasts parted, opening a narrow path. From the very center of the herd, a gigantic mosquito slowly emerged, its head pierced by 7 silver needles that glimmered ominously. Struggle churned violently within its blood-red eyes. The mosquito beast fixed its gaze on Greed and let out a furious roar. Greed roared back, and the 7 silver needles sank 3 inches deeper into its skull. The giant mosquito's body convulsed violently, the resistance in its eyes growing even fiercer. Yet in the next instant, a resolute gleam flashed across its gaze. It released a deafening cry filled with the aura of death, then turned its lightning-fast stare toward Wang Lin's mosquito beast. Startled, Wang Lin's mosquito beast flapped its wings and pulled away from him, streaking through the air toward its kin. In the blink of an eye, it landed atop the giant mosquito's back. Its massive mouth suddenly pierced straight into the giant mosquito's body. As it began to devour, the struggle in the giant mosquito's eyes vanished, replaced instead by a faint trace of relief. The process ended almost instantly. As the giant mosquito rapidly withered, Wang Lin's mosquito beast began to grow. Its body expanded visibly, the purple hue deepening and becoming ever more concentrated. An invisible aura, one that only mosquito beasts could sense, spread outward like ripples. Everything happened in the span of a heartbeat. Wang Lin's mosquito beast abruptly lifted its head and locked its gaze onto Greed, releasing a ferocious roar. In response, the eyes of every mosquito beast instantly turned toward Greed, and in the next moment, the entire swarm charged at him like a tidal wave. Greed's scalp went numb. His hand hastily formed a seal as the 7 silver needles shot out from the shriveled corpse and flew back to him. The needles whirled together, forming a shimmering silver light screen at his side as he bolted away at full speed. Wang Lin drew a deep breath and retreated several steps. His right forefinger snapped forward, and a finger of death shot forth, streaking straight toward Greed. In the distance, all mosquito beasts surrounding Chen Long had already dispersed. His expression turned icy as he acted without hesitation. His right hand formed a seal, and the giant sword behind him shot forward. A black dragon with intelligent gleaming eyes emerged, letting out a deafening roar as a beam of sword energy slashed toward Greed. Though Wang Lin and Chen Long had never cooperated before, their long years of cultivation granted them keen insight. Their timing was flawless. Both attacks perfectly sealed Greed's path of retreat. Greed's pupils contracted sharply. He knew that once he was fully surrounded by the mosquito beasts, death would be inevitable. Snorting coldly, he steadied himself. Having cultivated for tens of thousands of years, He had faced countless life and death situations. He retreated while forming a seal with his right hand, then slashed fiercely at the wall. Death Devourer first style. A vast surge of green gas erupted from the wall far beyond what could be imagined. The gas condensed, rapidly gathering into a massive green waterfall that poured forth endlessly. With a flick of Greed's hand, the green waterfall was torn from the wall. His eyes glowed an eerie green as he hurled it backward. The green gas shot out like a beam tearing across the heavens. Upon contact, Wang Lin's finger of death instantly turned green and collapsed into nothingness. When Chen Long's dragon sword spirit struck the gas, it let out a mournful roar before shattering on impact. The sword recoiling back toward Chen Long. "You little juniors dare provoke old man Greed." Greed shouted furiously as he accelerated, forcing his way out of the mosquito beast's encirclement. If he escaped the siege, none would be able to stop him, whether he chose to fight or flee. Chen Long shouted urgently, "Wang Lin, we can't hold back. If we don't kill this old thief now, both of us will die." He spat out a mouthful of origin blood essence, which splashed onto his sword. The blade trembled violently as cracks spread across its surface. Metal shards flaked off as if the sword were shedding its skin. Those shards radiated murderous intent. They reassembled in mid-air once again, forming a black dragon, this time its power several times greater than before. Wang Lin's eyes gleamed. He raised his right hand and touched the space between his brows. An immense wave of slaughter energy surged forth, gathering at his fingertip. The energy condensed rapidly, 1,000,000 strands into 100,000, 100,000 into 1,000, 1,000 into a single strand. Apart from the lone strand preserved within his origin soul, all slaughter energy condensed into that single point. With a flick of his finger, the strand shot out. Ling Tianho's broken sword spirit and the All-Seer's celestial slaughter art. Greed's eyes flashed, though mockery lingered within them. As he retreated, he sneered, "These spells may be powerful, but your mastery is incomplete. Before this old man, they are nothing but child's play." He slapped his storage bag and a small mountain burst forth. In an instant, it expanded into a massive peak, several hundred feet tall, hovering ominously in the air. The mountain's surface was covered in mysterious runes that pulsed with strange light, rendering it utterly uncanny. Greed's right hand transformed once more into a claw as he pressed it against the mountain. Death Devourer second style. Extract the mountain's soul. The entire mountain trembled violently. An ancient, majestic aura surged forth as if an ancient cultivator who had cultivated for endless ages were awakening. This was the mountain's soul. With a roar, Greed forcibly ripped the aura free. A phantom image of the mountain emerged, torn from its physical form. An overwhelming pressure instantly descended. The real mountain cracked apart, countless fissures spreading before it collapsed into rubble and rained down from the sky. Yet the illusory mountain soul remained firmly in Greed's grasp. This old man may not rival Ling Tian or that old thief All-Seer in cultivation. Greed sneered, "But my spells are flawless. You juniors merely borrow others' techniques and dare claim them as your own." He slammed his hand downward. With a thunderous boom, the mountain soul descended. The black dragon formed from Chen Long's shattered sword let out a pained whimper as the crushing pressure bore down. Amid a series of deafening rumbles, it was forced into submission beneath the mountain soul. Chen Long's face turned deathly pale. He coughed up a mouthful of bloodshot, filling his eyes. What kind of spell is this?" Wang Lin's slaughter energy streaked forward, piercing straight through the mountain soul. His eyes turned icy as he shouted, "Scatter!" The single strand instantly split, one becoming 1,000,000. Countless strands surged within the mountain soul, tearing wildly as if attempting to rip it apart from within. But powerful celestial spiritual energy erupted from the mountain soul. In the blink of an eye, the slaughter energy strands collapsed one after another. Wang Lin sucked in a sharp breath. Had he not preserved one strand within his soul, the loss would have been devastating. There's celestial spiritual energy within the mountain soul. And it doesn't belong to greed. It belongs to the mountain itself. Wang Lin's expression sank. With the mountain soul's aid, greed finally broke free of the mosquito beast's siege. He laughed loudly. You little juniors, do you know what mountain this is? It came from the celestial realm. This old man extracted and sealed it tens of thousands of years ago. At that moment, the ever-shrinking purple mist reached its final stage. From 1,000 feet it contracted to 10, forming a dense sphere. No sound emerged from within. But Wang Lin knew there was still one living soul inside a disciple of the Dalu sword sect. With a loud bang, the mist shrank again, now only 7 feet across. A token gradually materialized within, formed entirely from condensed mist. Greed's eyes gleamed with naked desire. He was about to rush forward when the mosquito swarm behind him erupted in a furious roar. The mosquito beasts charged madly, disregarding their own lives. Their speed multiplied several-fold, catching Greed off guard and causing his expression to change dramatically. Wang Lin's mosquito beast roared from within the swarm. Instantly, red light burst from every mosquito's body. Those closest to Greed exploded into clouds of flesh and blood, glowing crimson, only to reassemble beside him in the next instant. This was not limited to a few. Every mosquito beast collapsed and reformed simultaneously, repeating the process in a single breath and completely sealing Greed's escape. As the purple mist vanished, the token solidified fully. When the final wisp dissipated, an ancient token, radiating violet light, floated silently in the air. Threads of golden light intertwined with the purple glow. Wang Lin and Chen Long fixed their gazes upon the token at the same time. Chen Long lunged forward instantly. No one dared to teleport near the exit. The pressure was overwhelming, and any attempt would result in being trapped within the void. Wang Lin's eyes turned frigid as he surged forward as well. His hand formed a seal, celestial spiritual energy roaring within him as he prepared the stop spell. You juniors dare! At that instant, an enraged roar thundered from within the mosquito swarm. As Chen Long charged forward, Ling Tianho's sword energy gathered into his palm. The sword intent coiled around his hand like a living thing, and an invisible pressure spread outward, shaking the surrounding space. Wang Lin's pupils contracted sharply. He had long since sensed that something was amiss with the strand of Ling Tianhu's sword energy in Chen Long's possession. The instant it appeared, Wang Lin felt his heart tighten, as if seized by an unseen force. This is Ling Tianhu's life sword energy, terrifyingly powerful. Zhou Yi's voice echoed within Wang Lin's mind. A sharp glint flashed through Wang Lin's eyes. He halted, immediately abandoning the pursuit of the token. The celestial spell he had been preparing dissipated as he turned his gaze coldly toward Chen Long. Chen Long moved with dazzling speed, appearing beside the token in a flash. His eyes shone with unrestrained delight, though he had no idea what the token truly was. The mere fact that even Greed coveted it so fiercely meant it was undoubtedly a peerless treasure. Yet just as Chen Long extended his hand toward the token, Greed's furious roar thundered out from within the mosquito swarm. Junior Chen Long, this old man will kill you. Death Devourer third style. Greed's voice boomed like celestial thunder. It seemed to solidify as it tore through the swarm, past Wang Lin and charged straight toward Chen Long. Wang Lin's eyes turned icy as he retreated several steps without hesitation. The roar surged forth from the mosquito swarm and rapidly took form. In mid-air, a crystal-clear miniature figure suddenly appeared. This figure bore no resemblance to Greed in appearance, yet the aura it radiated was unmistakably his. Second origin soul. Wang Lin sucked in a sharp breath, his gaze locked onto the tiny figure. Greed's fury was boundless, so great that it burned his very heart. With his main body trapped by the mosquito swarm, he had no choice but to release his second origin soul. The 7 silver needles spun wildly around him, able to shield him for only a short time. These mosquito beasts possessed bodies of terrifying toughness, especially their mouths, which were as hard as refined iron essence. Worse still, whenever one was slain, It instantly collapsed into a crimson mist, retreated, and reformed into a mosquito beast once more. Though weakened, it would immediately charge at him again with savage ferocity. The moment the miniature figure appeared, it transformed into a beam of light. Forming seals with its hands, black lightning erupted around its body. The lightning then shot forth like falling meteors, streaking straight toward Qianlong. Qianlong's expression changed drastically. If he withdrew his hand now, all would be lost. But if he didn't, he would be struck head-on by the lightning. "I'll gamble everything." Qianlong clenched his teeth and hurled Ling Tianhu's sword energy forward. The sword energy tore through the air, shaking heaven and earth. Even the abyssal cliff trembled violently beneath its might as endless rock and soil cascaded downward. The black lightning released by Greed's second origin, soul collided with the sword energy and collapsed one bolt after another. Explosive force scattered in all directions, distorting space itself. Life seals appeared across Wang Lin's body as he retreated further, yet his eyes burned like twin torches. The moment Qianlong released his master's sword energy, he seized the token without the slightest hesitation. Ecstasy filled his gaze as he shot upward, intent on fleeing immediately. Greed's second origin soul let out a furious roar and attempted to give chase. However, Ling Tianhu's sword energy was simply too overwhelming. Containing Qianlong's divine sense, it moved freely under his control, repeatedly blocking the origin soul's path and forcing it back. Greed's second origin soul dared not touch the sword energy. He knew that even slight contact would result in grievous injury. Left with no choice, he could only wait for the sword energy to dissipate. Meanwhile, Greed's main body, still trapped within the mosquito swarm, revealed a resolute glint in his eyes. His heart ached with reluctance, yet he decisively reached into his storage bag and pulled out a finger-length piece of sandalwood. The instant it appeared, a strange fragrance filled the air. The sandalwood looked utterly ordinary, like something from the mortal world. Yet Greed's eyes brimmed with sorrow. "You forced this old man to use a celestial realm treasure heaven confusion incense." Greed gritted his teeth. "I will tear you apart piece by piece." He raised his left hand and ignited the incense. Wisps of blue smoke rose gently from its tip. The smoke was exceedingly strange. Though thin, it instantly expanded into a dense cloud. The mosquito beasts were immediately engulfed, and in the same instant, Greed burst free from the swarm. Stepping atop the smoke itself, he shot forward in pursuit of Qianlong. "Senior Greed fellow cultivator Wang Lin, this token is mine." "Many thanks." Qianlong laughed loudly, already fixing his gaze on the distant exit. Wang Lin sneered coldly as he stared at Qianlong's retreating figure. Ghostly light shimmered in his eyes as he muttered softly, "Stop." The power of the low-grade celestial spell capable of sealing the heavens and freezing the earth erupted forth. A mysterious force instantly filled the abyss. To a powerful cultivator, the space would appear woven with countless invisible threads. These threads wrapped tightly around Qianlong. Qianlong felt his body halt completely. His origin soul froze in place, and the celestial spiritual energy within him stopped flowing as though sealed in ice. In that instant, he was utterly immobilized. The token slipped from his grasp and fell. Greed was overjoyed. With the smoke still enveloping Qianlong, he lunged straight toward the falling token. At that precise moment, Wang Lin moved. Zhou Yi's celestial sword roared beneath Wang Lin's feet as they shot forward together. The sword's speed was terrifyingly fast, so fast that even Greed's expression changed dramatically. "Wang Lin, you are not qualified to steal treasures from this old man," Greed shouted angrily. He was already within arm's reach of the token. Wang Lin's eyes flashed as he spoke softly once more. "Stop." Greed paused for a split second. Though he immediately broke free and the invisible threads shattered, that fleeting instant was enough. Riding the celestial sword's momentum, Wang Lin closed the distance. Before Greed's bulging eyes, Wang Lin snatched the token and swept past him like a phantom. "Wang Lin, you dare steal this old man's possession?" Greed roared, his eyes bloodshot as he gave chase. Chen Long had recovered by now, his expression dark and grim. Trapped within the smoke, he hastily formed seals trying to break free, but the mist blocked his path completely. The three of them were now extremely close to the exit of the Fire Demon country. Bathed in Zhou Yi's speed, Wang Lin was closest of all. Sunlight from the outside world was already visible. Greed was nearly driven mad. Roaring furiously, he slapped his storage bag, and a massive furnace burst forth. The furnace was human-sized, pitch black, and covered in countless beast-shaped runes. It radiated an ancient, desolate aura. "Reverse the universe, invert heaven and earth," Greed shouted. The furnace trembled violently as a beam of black light shot out, instantly covering the world. In that moment, it was as though heaven and earth had exchanged places. The sky became the ground. The ground became the sky. Wang Lin's, Chen Long's, and Greed's positions were instantly reversed. Wang Lin, who had been in the lead, now appeared where Chen Long had been trapped within the smoke. Chen Long, meanwhile, appeared where Wang Lin had been. He froze for a heartbeat, terror flooding his face. Without a word, he bolted toward the exit. He was afraid, truly afraid. He had never imagined that Greed possessed such a heaven-defying treasure. This furnace could actually reverse the universe itself. At the moment of spatial inversion, Chen Long had sensed a divine power beyond comprehension. Compared to it, he was nothing more than an ant. This Greed truly deserves to be of Master's generation. Though his cultivation is far inferior to Master's, anyone who could draw Master's attention must be extraordinary. What Chen Long did not know was that Greed never traveled without treasures. Over countless years, he had accumulated enough artifacts to rival an entire celestial palace. Many were treasures he himself could not even use. Paranoid and cautious by nature, he fled the instant danger arose. Greed gasped heavily, then turned his head with a sinister grin toward Wang Lin, who was trapped in the smoke. Wang Lin inhaled sharply, his gaze locked onto the furnace. A mysterious light flickered in his eyes. He recognized it. Without hesitation, he stored the token away. Beneath his feet, the celestial sword hummed as Zhou Yi's divine sense echoed in his mind. What a terrifying treasure! Wang Lin, protect yourself. The celestial sword flared as a beam of sword energy shot out, spinning around the blade. The surrounding smoke swelled violently before Zhou Yi shouted, "Open!" With a thunderous boom, an opening tore through the mist. The celestial sword shot out, and Wang Lin followed immediately. This man's cultivation is ordinary, yet his treasures are unfathomable. How could someone like him obtain so many miraculous artifacts? Zhou Yi muttered as he thrust his sword toward Greed. Greed's eyes gleamed. Retreating swiftly, he slapped his storage bag yet again. This single motion caused Zhou Yi to hesitate and made Wang Lin's heart skip a beat. Wang Lin, this old man must thank Situ Nan. If not for him, how could I have been stranded on the waste planet of Suzaku for tens of thousands of years? Greed laughed coldly. Those years allowed me to comprehend treasures even he could not use. As he raised his right hand, a screen appeared. Once thrown, it expanded to 100 feet in width. Ink-painted mountains filled the screen, wreathed in mist, exuding the aura of a celestial realm. I failed to obtain the celestial realm's mountain and river painting, but I found its imprint. Greed roared. Gather. A terrifying suction force erupted from the screen. Zhou Yi emerged from the celestial sword, his expression solemn. Without hesitation, he pointed forward and released one of his remaining life sword energies. Wang Lin's face darkened as he immediately activated Ling Tianhu's sword energy within his body. The sword intent split the crushing pressure as he rushed downward. Behind him, Greed's second origin soul, wrapped in crackling lightning, pursued relentlessly. With Ling Tianhu's sword energy carving a path ahead, Wang Lin unleashed all his speed, plunging downward like a blazing meteor. None paid Zhou Yi no heed for the moment. Although Greed possessed an absurd number of treasures, Zhou Yi would not be defeated so easily. What Wang Lin needed now was distance enough to stall for time until Zhou Yi arrived. This Greed has far too many treasures. Who knows how many more strange artifacts he's hiding in that storage bag of his? Even if Senior Zhou Yi gains the upper hand, it will take time. Wang Lin frowned slightly as the sword energy continued to tear apart the resistance ahead, clearing his descent. Behind him, Greed's second origin soul pursued relentlessly. That origin soul resembled a crystalline miniature human, its body translucent and cold. Black lightning wrapped around it, crackling without end. The resistance surging upward from the abyss was shattered one layer after another by the lightning. The second origin soul's eyes gleamed coldly as it fixed its gaze upon Wang Lin. Forming a seal with its right hand, it slammed its palm downward. The 9 lightning spheres circling its body instantly aligned like beads on a string, piercing through the resistance like a savage arrow and shooting straight toward Wang Lin. Thunder! Wang Lin abruptly turned his head. Slapping his storage bag, the god-slaying war chariot burst forth, rapidly condensing lightning into a massive sphere mid-air. In an instant, the sphere expanded, transforming into a majestic thunder beast. This was a celestial thunder beast. Upon appearing, it snorted out 2 streams of green gas lightning flickering within its eyes. Under its gaze, the 9 lightning spheres not only failed to slow, they accelerated even further. The thunder beast opened its mouth and roared. The 9 lightning spheres trembled violently, then abruptly altered course, abandoning Wang Lin and flying straight into the thunder beast's maw, where they were devoured in a single gulp. Greed's second origin soul's eyes lit up sharply. Its body moved, and the black lightning surrounding it rained down upon Wang Lin and the thunder beast. At the same time, it slapped its own forehead. A lightning-covered hammer instantly appeared. Grasping it, the origin soul swung downward with full force. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Deafening thunder exploded as lightning surged from the hammer, coiling into a ferocious dragon that clawed straight toward Wang Lin. Wang Lin's eyes flashed. He slapped his storage bag and withdrew the celestial brush. Drawing in a sharp breath, he swiftly painted in mid-air. A 5-stroke symbol instantly formed into which he injected 5 strands of his origin soul. The golden symbol erupted with blinding radiance, shining like a miniature sun. The moment the lightning dragon arrived, the 2 forces collided violently. A thunderous explosion echoed throughout the abyss. The cliff walls shook as countless rocks broke free and were flung upward by the shockwave. For a brief instant, even the resistance surging from below slowed. The golden symbol shattered into 5 strands of divine sense, which returned to Wang Lin. His body staggered, his face turning pale, but without hesitation he continued his descent. The lightning dragon itself remained suspended in mid-air, seemingly unharmed. Yet as the abyssal resistance pressed against it, countless cracks spread across its body until it shattered completely. As for the thunder beast, it was delighted. Each time it opened its mouth, it swallowed a lightning sphere with relish. Even the collapsing lightning dragon was devoured as it passed by. Afterward, the beast cast a provocative glance at Greed's second origin soul before following closely behind Wang Lin. Cold killing intent filled the origin soul's eyes. Damned beast, it rasped hoarsely. The thunder hammer in its hand began to glow red. It chased after Wang Lin as the crimson light intensified until finally the hammer radiated a blood-colored glow. As Wang Lin fled, a terrifying thunderous pressure surged behind him, causing even his hair to stand on end. The thunder beast grew solemn, turning back and letting out a low growl. What exactly is Greed's second origin soul? Wang Lin's expression darkened. The resistance intensified the deeper he went. Yet Ling Tianhu's sword energy was unshakable. With it opening the way, Wang Lin descended like lightning. The second origin soul remained close behind. Their distance fluctuated as they raced downward, but as they neared the bottom, the resistance grew overwhelmingly strong, slowing them both. Celestial destroying thunder, the origin soul intoned slowly. It swung the hammer, sending the red lightning not toward Wang Lin or the thunder beast, but drilling directly into the abyssal cliff. Wang Lin's pupils contracted violently. A sense of mortal danger exploded within him. Without hesitation, he seized the thunder beast and stored it away. Life seals surged across his body as he crushed a massive number of blood jades in one motion. These blood jades gifts from Yao Shui shattered instantly, releasing dense blood-colored light that enveloped Wang Lin in layers upon layers of protection. Almost the moment he finished, crimson light erupted from the cliff beside him. Red points surfaced across the rock face. They expanded, accelerated, and then burst outward, forming a vast net of red lightning. The lightning pierced through the bloodlight with explosive force. Some bolts struck Wang Lin directly, only to be stopped by the life seals. His expression grew even more grim. He slapped his storage bag, summoning the three swords. Infusing them with Ling Tianhou's sword energy, he pointed at the second origin soul. "Since you want to fight, then let's fight." Wang Lin abandoned escape entirely. The resistance here was too great to break through, and the viciousness of the second origin soul ignited his fury. The three swords formed a formation and charged forward. The mouse pig and sheep evil spirits emerged, merging with Ling Tianhou's sword energy. They tore through the lightning net sword, intent roaring as they stabbed toward the origin soul. The origin soul shone brightly, its expression solemn. It slammed the thunderhammer into the air. Lightning dragons manifested, spiraling around it. The three evil spirits leapt forward, clashing violently with the dragons. The swords stabbed again and again, yet were repeatedly blocked. Had Ling Tianhu's sword energy not been present, the origin soul would not have been so cautious. But it could not allow that sword energy to invade its spirit body. It used the lightning dragons to wear it down, relentlessly. A deep mark slowly surfaced between the origin soul's eyebrows, flashing faintly as it wielded the hammer. Bathed in bloodlight, Wang Lin could feel the crushing resistance once Ling Tianhu's sword energy was no longer shielding him. Borrowing the abyss's counterforce, he surged upward, his speed multiplying several-fold as he charged straight toward the origin soul. The bloodlight around him thinned rapidly. He crushed blood jades continuously to maintain protection. Without the bloodlight, even 1,000,000 life seals would not spare him from death within the lightning net. So the grey-robed all-seer spoke truthfully. Life seals are powerful against ordinary spells, but against someone stronger than me, they are insufficient. Either the celestial slaughter art is incomplete, or he deceived me. His gaze locked onto the mark between the origin soul's eyebrows. That's the control seal. I must shatter it. The lightning net grew denser, contracting violently. Suddenly the origin soul's eyes turned frigid. The net tightened. Countless lightning bolts converged on Wang Lin. At that moment, Wang Lin abandoned defense entirely. His eyes turned blood red. Fine. Either you die or I do today. The three swords accelerated wildly, responding to his killing intent. Ling Tianhou's sword energy surged. Stop. Wang Lin roared as the celestial spell was unleashed at full power. The origin soul's arm froze. Kill. The swords erupted with peak aura, tearing through the lightning dragons and plunging straight into the origin soul's body. Ling Tianhou's sword energy rampaged within, shredding the spirit body from the inside. The origin soul trembled violently. The seal between its eyebrows flickered madly, spreading across its body in desperate resistance. Then, the lightning net collapsed. Wang Lin surged forward, summoning devilish armor around his body. Demonic energy roared as he raised his finger. The demonic finger descended. In the same breath, he pointed again. The underworld finger manifested, summoning the underworld river itself. Carried by the abyss's resistance, Wang Lin slammed both spells into the origin soul. Explode. The seal flickered wildly, then shattered. Cracks spread across the crystalline body. Suddenly, Wang Lin's expression changed. He recalled the swords and retreated instantly. A desolate aura erupted from the cracks, an ancient savage presence. A beast's aura. The three evil spirits trembled violently. At the abyss exit, Greed locked in battle with Zhou. Yi shuddered and spat blood, staring downward in horror. This, the second origin soul exploded. From between its eyebrows, green light burst forth. A thunder dragon emerged. An ancient thunder dragon, lightning coiling around its body, terrifying beyond measure. The heavens darkened. Clouds gathered. Even the abyss's resistance was forced back. Wang Lin smiled bitterly and retreated without hesitation. Greed, even your second origin soul is a dragon. Your luck truly defies heaven. The dragon roared, eyes locking onto Wang Lin. It charged. Wang Lin reached the abyss's bottomless pit and clenched his teeth. Then, he jumped. The thunder dragon followed without hesitation. That's all for today's content. See you in the next part. Support me by becoming a member. It will give me more motivation. Thank you so much.